This is a mini lesson analysis on Marth versus Fox. Just always be aware that Fox has this threat range. And also you're kind of, standing too far away from drill, which is fine. Like you're not gonna always be at the perfect spacing, but when you find that you're not in the perfect spacing to reactively pivot grab this, do not pivot grab. Like you need to wait for what they do after that. And if you don't know what they're gonna do at all, then don't try to punish it. Like, they could jab, they could spot dodge, they could dash back, they could even do another aerial, and you need to respect those options first before you call out something specific. So definitely need to be a little bit closer and like be a little quicker about that. This mod is really laggy. Unfortunately, you do that dare up B a little late. Like you do need to be a little bit quicker than that. Wispy, Wispy fucked you there. Honestly, I would forward throw here because like up throw flow charts on Dreamland is not only is it complicated, it just doesn't really get you that much. So like I would be opting for more forward throw, and also you should have done like the forward hit of side B, the third hit, so then it actually gets you something. The up hit is like laughably really weak, or the up hit is really weak. It's really only used as like a combo extender, very niche. So don't go for that as your default. And if you see that when they up B around this spacing, like just grab, like you do need to cover other things. I wouldn't really forward smash here. I'd just down tilt since like you're not so concerned about him hitting you, but just be aware they can sweet spot. And that if they have the habit of doing that, then you do need to grab the ledge. It's the only way to beat that. See how the forward hit is very strong. Yeah, don't be lazy off the ledge. Please do not counter there. You definitely should have shielded that side B and then way dash in. Yeah, live by the counter, die by the counter. It is a bit of a shame that I guess it kind of took you a while to like dash forward because like I think this was misexecution. Definitely should have like at least like dash forward and then try to cover what they do afterwards. Yeah, no double jump there. That's unfortunate. And then anytime that like you're stuck in a spot like this, you could always hold down and CC grab this bear. Like to put it another way, I guess it's like you don't want to go out of your way to CC, but when you have to, you should. Like you should at least like represent it. And it feels like you are, yeah, that you're just like consistently dashing back too soon in some of these like frame tight scenarios with things like your whiffed grab, your falling aerials. Definitely don't want a forward smash there, in my opinion. Think definitely could use some work on just like resetting more from center. Because like I know you got that stock off of like gambling there, but it does make me worried for like the long term. But yeah, there you had like really good timing. That's not so great timing. uh like one thing you could have done is you could have done like a falling fair instead. Like cause like there is like a bottom hit of your fair hitbox. No fastball fair here would be totally fine. And then like, and then you do a double jump fair to finish them off. If you're gonna go for this dare, you have to like this is like Mart's tipper hitbox, and then you're unfortunately inside it. If you want to get like that tipper hitbox, you need to be like over here, uh, or like you need to do the dare right now. You cannot be inside, of course. The other thing, one last thing you could have done that's probably like the most robust thing is after hitting this fair, you could have immediately grabbed the ledge, and then before like the Firefox hitbox becomes active, and then you fair regrab ledge, and then you finish them off down there. That's the meat to king flowchart. And you could have preemptively set up for that when you hit that fair, you then immediately grab the ledge and then fair regrab ledge. That's probably the most robust way of going about it. But yeah, pretty major drop, unfortunately. If you roll in, you should I might as well hold down, right? Yeah, just like you're being a bit slow for some reason. I feel like you are like you do need to see something like this where uh after you know especially like when you whip something like this down tilt is setting up for them like naring or drilling in. So you need to assume that like when you see something like this after whiffing a down tilt that they will aerial in. You just like visualize that in your head and then set up like a pretty clean pivot grab. Uh because like there's no reason why you couldn't have gone this. It's just that unfortunately you're a bit too far away and the pivot grab setup itself is kind of slow. So like you see here how like you set up the pivot grab now, you could have been doing the pivot grab like here. So like kind of knowing like the proper setup and timing of when to go for a pivot grab is a key part of this matchup. Like understanding the threat range, understanding the timing. That's how you can get good dash dance grabs without, the fox spot dodging. What a call out. When they do go for like that overshoot in air, as you see here, like you could just crouch immediately afterwards. If you suspect like an overshoot, you could crouch and then like forward smash their landing. You could also fast fall that shine. Ah, right idea, wrong execution. You do so. Here's something that might help you visualize this a bit better. That the higher up they go, the later you need to time your fair. Like if you think they're because like think about it for a bit, like just think about the physics behind this. If they go straight at you, then of course you need to be protected sooner. But if they go at an angle, they need to travel more distance. I mean, just think of the freaking Pythagorean theorem. You didn't think the Pythagorean theorem would be relevant here, but literally it is just longer. That's just the most important thing is that it's going to take longer when they go diagonally. So, uh, if you think that they're going to go straight at you, then fine. Like you need to get out like the fair at the timing that you just did. But because they are going at an angle, which will naturally take longer, you need to slightly delay your fair timing. So that is a very important thing to know and to make a read on when you are reading like a high angle timing. Is that the more higher angle that they go, the more you need to delay your angle, like delay your fair. So that is the critical thing to understand if you want to cover a more delayed upbeat timing. I remember I myself lapped this out like a few months ago. I was like, oh shit, like I kept whiffing this all the time against Mango because like I would do the same fair timing that you're doing. And then I realized that it's a little bit more dynamic than that. Which fun fact, if you are signed up to my Patreon, like I found this out when I was like lapping against Josh, man. And yeah, because now you don't have any confidence covering high, like you don't even try. But you could. And also you could have jabbed down tilt. I wonder why you missed that. Because this was a freebie. Ah, you're there's no reason to do this dash back here. Like this drift back maybe is what you try to go for. But there's no reason to go for that, really. Like you could have just done like a runoff fair. And here, you miss your dash back here, by the way, because like you're going through like multiple hits of Nair. So just be aware that like that can happen with Nair and that you are going to have to like delay your like that's like two instances of hit lag, right? And it just one. So that is something that you do need to account for when you are, using Nair. I got double jump there, my guy. No, he should have shined you and killed you. I mean, he probably just kills you anyways. Yeah. Always, 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 like, prioritize your safety first. If there's like a risk of death, don't go for it. Um, but yeah, overall, some like big optimistic. I know it's like, I was kind of all over the place in terms of like critiquing like your game plan and then like, your punish and your defensive plays, all that. But probably the biggest one is going to be like uh knowing the proper setup to pivot grab is a critical thing to get consistent openings against Fox. So just know what you are reacting to. Like don't like know the range better with Fox's short hop nair. Like a lot of Foxes like this one will do like a burst short hop nair. So pivot grabbing that, rather than like delaying it for any reason, will go a long way. And the other thing to take account of is, of course, improving your Edgeguard flow charts. There's just a lot of drops, and that like the high recovery. It's a Pythagorean theorem. You gotta delay the timing because they are traveling longer. So, just be aware of that. A lot of like optimizations to make with your edge guards because you did get reversal off of it. That's probably like one of the most important things that you could work on.